Yo, how we doing? How we doing? So, I don't know how to start this. Basically, my name is Jordy. I've been trading for 2 years and 4 months now. And I've been trading a lot of in a lot of different styles now. Started trading forex, like trend lines, and all of that. Then I changed to futures and I started trading ICT concepts. I found that that didn't work for me, and then I changed to kind of like order flow, gamma levels, like market makers, hedging, and all of that stuff. I found that didn't work for me, and now recently I changed it to just bookmap orders on a monitor, and then just VWAP and basic higher time frame market structure on the actual trading charts, and that's what I've been trading. I've been focusing on, you know, just not trying to time the best entry possible, and just mm, not trying to predict the low or high of a range and trying to enter there and then putting my stop loss below that low or above that high. I've I just try to get I just try to enter as close as possible to the big whoops, and giving myself or giving the trade enough room with a stop loss for it to develop the trade itself. And then I just try to get out at the most recent high or low the price has made previous to um, previous to my entry. So usually what I've been doing is I just wait for the opening range to be set, which is from 9:30 to 9:45. Uh, I use the higher day VWAP, lower day VWAP. I use start of day VWAP, which is anchored to the 18, which is when the new daily candle opens, and I use the previous day New York VWAP, and then I'm using the 9:30 VWAP. So I wait for the 9:40, 9:30 to 9:40, which is called the orb, for it to be set, and then based on that, I start trading, and also based on structure. So. Uh, it's a pretty simple strategy, and I think the most hardest thing um to do, and or that I have to do in this with this type of strategy, is just have be mentally prepared to stay in these trades for a long period of time, and to kind of catch, and to kind of be stuck in consolidations until the move is developed to either your stop loss or UTP. It doesn't matter, and you just gotta be okay with it. So I've been, just practicing with it on a 25K Evo from Lucid Trading. It's a flex Evo evaluation, and yeah, it's been going pretty well. It's been going pretty well. So let me see what else I can say. Hopefully I can, trade by trade that I take, I can learn to manage my positions better, and yeah, and trade by trade learn how to manage my positions better, and little by little I will learn, and just perform better with this strategy. So I want to kind of like go over the trades I took today. So here's today is May 21, 2026, and May 21, 2026. I will show you the actual trading view with the actual execution, so y'all can see I'm not lying. And then the Lucid Trading 25K EVO with the calendar, so y'all can see I'm not lying. Um, and I will try to get. I have never gotten a payout. I've been close to getting a payout. I've been funded a lot of times, more than I can count, but I end up blowing the funded account. And the closest I have been to getting a payout, it's been on a 50K funded account on my funded futures, which I had to get 5 days of $100, and the minimum I could request was 250 and all the stuff. So I made it to I took that account from 50,000 to 51,000, so 1K in profit. I wanted to take it to 53,000 for the fact that I wanted to take a 2K payout because I'm sorry, I wanted to take I think it was a 2K payout because there was a plan that was called the Flex that instead of letting you take a 1K maximum payout, it could let you take a max of 3K, by only you could take 50% off. So I wanted to take I think, I don't know, it was something like that, but I wanted to take a $1,500 payout and then leave a buffer of another 1,500, right? But then I found out that these type of accounts are not the best to do that. This type of accounts are best for just quick payouts, and then you just gotta know that you're gonna end up blowing them. So most likely try to get your payout as soon as possible, and then just you know just make it a fact that you're gonna blow that account. And if you want to take multiple payouts for those accounts, it's better, like, accounts where they're a little bit more expensive, but you can take better, but you can take multiple payouts, but the type of process is different. Like, you gotta pass it, then you gotta build a buffer, and anything above that buffer that you make, you can request it on a daily basis. Like TPT has those kind of accounts, which they're pretty good. So I found out that, or based on failure, I think it's best for you to, or for me to, buy this type of accounts, Flex, for fast payouts, and have other accounts like where you have to build a buffer to take daily payouts, and then have evaluations, so you can take trades on this type of accounts, trades on this type of accounts, and then take different trades on these evaluations, and then just kind of like spread, and not just focus on one type of account, because then you'll get burned out. But that's for when hopefully I become more consistently profitable and I take consistent payouts. But in the meantime, I don't want to waste money on something that's still uncertain for me if I will be consistently profitable. At the end of the day, the reality is that only 3% of traders actually get to profitability, and I'm just nobody special. I don't know if that kind of mindset is bad, but yeah. So I want to just show myself that I can take a payout, and just kind of like subconsciously engrave it in my mind that I took a payout, and hopefully that will make things easier. Hopefully I can, take that next step, and then start dealing with a harder problem, like taking consistent payouts or something like that. That's the way I see it, at least. So, okay, let's get started. So, this is the first screenshot I took. So this was still not 9:45. The range was still not set. So I said, today we broke previous day high right here. It's still making new higher highs, right? Making new higher highs because we broke yesterday's high. Um, So structure is bullish. We have been above VWAPS all night until 6:30 today, which, as you can see, 6:30, somewhere around here. We broke, and then we held below VWAPS. Uh, and as of now, we are below all VWAPS, so this is not telling me longs yet, especially ES. ES, as you can see, was making new lower lows right here, and rejection 3 times, both higher day VWAP and starter day VWAP. And as you can see, the 930 ES, MES, and Q. This is an indicator I created with Cloud Code. And then, as you can see, all of that other future assets were below all its VWAPs. So yeah, we were kind of in a bearish day, in a down day. So yeah, so I said I will wait for opening range to set and see what kind of setup we get. So that was my first markup. Second markup. Okay, as you can see right here, I took the longs, stop loss at the low of orb low. So as you can see, price came down, took a low, made a low, broke above New York VWAP. I entered my long position on the as this VWAP came down right here. Stop loss at the low, almost took me out. Went to all the VWAPs above, and I get out right there. So I said out at the VWAPs above. I still think I could have gotten a better entry closer to VWAP, closer to blue VWAP, which is the 930 VWAP, and stop loss a bit lower just for the fact that this was a mid-range trade. So mid-range trade is basically when we haven't broken either the low of the opening range or the high of the opening range. So you take a trade in the middle of that range to one direction, which you think is going to go based on higher time frame structure, you know. So I thought longs and I took the long, boom. Wanted to take that orb low and then orb high. It was going to be a double break trade and I was going to miss it on it. And in the fact is, ES did not do it. It took orb low, but MES didn't. So this is was a lucky win. So basically what happened here is on this move down, the mini ES did took this low, but MES did not. So in reality, this should have been a loss. And I am saying that just in case if it was a double break trade, which basically a double break trade is when price retest the blue New Year VWAP multiple times, takes the low of opening range low, and then boom, it closes above with strong momentum. You enter the long, and then you target that opening range high and stop loss at the opening at the low, the broke opening range low. So that's what I was saying. My stop loss should have been a bit lower, maybe 3 to 4 points below, just in case you wanted to do that double break trade, which is go below this line and then boom, go up and then make this move. So, but I took this trade, a stop loss right here. I got lucky that it didn't take me out, and then boom, um, I had a win. So let's go to the third markout. Here I took my loss. Okay, so nobody, nor this one took opening range low. We broke opening range high, and usually when we broke opening range high, most of the day it still keeps on being bullish. So on the retest of all the VWAPs right here, it's you know I just took a long right here, and a stop loss was all the way at the low right here, all the way at the low of opening range low. But usually what I've been doing is if price makes a low below all like the VWAPs and then goes back up and retests the VWAPs, in reality it should still go above them and then make a new higher high, and then make a new higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So on this higher low, I throw my stop loss and I mitigate all this risk. But as you can see right here, it came up, retested the VWAPs, big sellers I was seeing on the book map, made a new lower low. I got out right here, and then it went to opening range low where my original stop loss was. So I mitigated, I saved myself from all this drawdown, which was good. So I said in these longs, price just made a new higher low and went up to retest the VWAPs. I will trust stop loss. If it makes a new lower low, then most likely it will go down to orb low, and it did. So I mitigated my risk by 30%. So as you can see right there, so this was my first win, and this is my second trade, and it was a loss, right? Boom. So far we're good, right? Boom. Okay. Now this is my third trade. I said in shorts. Okay. Opening range high taken, opening range low taken. In reality, we were making new lower lows and we were below VWAPs. I know we did break above VWAPs right here, but we then immediately closed below them all. Then we made a new lower low and retested these VWAPs, right? The same here. Not here still. So that's why I enter on ES instead of NQ, right? Because we still had orb low that ES maybe wanted to take more than NQ, right? So again, entry here was a bit too late. It went down, and on the retracement, I could have waited a bit more for me. Like an entry right here would have been fucking nice. Like almost a 50%, of my whole drawdown. And then it went down and then up. So I stayed here. There's nothing you can do at this point. It's a high and a low, and then all you got to do is, in reality, a stop loss should have been here. And then if price wanted to make a high somewhere around here and then make a low and retest all the VWAPs, then I was gonna throw stop loss, but I just kept it here. I know that's still not a good stop loss. But I said, in short, retest of all VWAPs, I like we are not closing above them. And I want to see new lower lows. Also, orders on Bookmap below. There were orders right at 7,400. I want to see a new lower low below the opening range low, right? So, and in this meantime, we consolidated here a lot, and then I stayed on it. I stayed on it for a long, long time. I think it was like 40 minutes. And as you can see, boom, right here. Look at this shit. Okay, so price came down, boom, came up, boom, 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 boom. Then it made a new lower, a low here, and then when I saw price retested B one time, two times, not closing above it, and then it made a new lower low below this, a low below this. I added two contracts, thinking it was going to go to orb low. It didn't. It went up again another time. Stop loss still here, and at this point I said, well, most likely it's gonna go to stop loss. It didn't go to stop loss. I don't even know fucking why. It should have gone to stop loss. And then price made a low right there. I'm sorry, price. I saw the rejection here at this big website. And I said maybe this time I added another two contracts. So instead of being with five, I added two here. That's seven. I added two here. That's nine contracts. And then and this trade moved down. When price took opening range low, I decided I took partials. I took two contracts off, seven. I had seven left, and the seven, my stop loss, I trailed it, thinking we were going to have a big follow through just for this consolidation. I thought the move was going to be lower, and it was going to be a strong move, and I wanted to, just continue to trust stop loss. And in reality, this candle right here, so my stop loss was above this candle high. Um, it took me out, and then it reversed, and as of now, price reversed like a motherfucker right here. So this is the actual chart, you know. So this is as you can see, trade of eight. Um, Let me see. This is my first win right here. Boom, first win. Second loss. Second trade loss. Third trade win. So those were my what to call it? Those were my trades I took. I took three of them. Two wins, one loss. I ended the day up 319. And as you can see right here, where's my, let's see, trading dashboard. Here's my dashboard of the month of May. Uh, I've been losing, winning, winning, losing, winning, winning, losing, losing, winning, winning. Oh, on Monday, those losses could have been avoidable. I think also this Tuesday, the losses could have been avoidable. So if I hadn't making some mistakes, um, this account would have been passed by now. But it is what it is. I will continue to trade the way I've been trading and see if I can pass this account and get to the payout, man. So here's the 21. I made 319, and we'll see if next week I can pass my account so I can trade a funded on June and see how June treats me and see if I can take my first payout. But not big expectations, bro. No big expectations. So that's it for today, boys. If y'all have any questions, like y'all let me know. And another big thing I think y'all will see is for example, right here, um, my RR are not even one R, so we can call it negative R. So most likely I will be focusing on having a very, very high win rate. So win rate can cover the negative RR. So yeah, we'll see what's up. We'll see how we do, guys.